Hey, happy Sunday afternoon, everybody. Dave from Fix and Fly RC. Hey, a little update on the build of my Sea Fury and getting the Cowl ready to plane. The plane is pretty much ready to go right now. I've got the motor mounted, the tail wheels mounted. I've played around a little bit with the can of the motor, so it's going to be a little bit of a trial and error. Worked a little bit on trying to get the prop size. I'll maybe do a video on that. But other than just got the CG where I think it's supposed to be. Some other, just a little bit of cleanup. She's ready to go for maiden flight. So we'll see how that works when I get brave enough to fly it. But the big thing that was been holding me up, I guess, is trying to get a cowl for this plane. It didn't come with one. And as a reminder, you know, this was a plane that a friend of mine had started and had to quit building. So what he had done, and when he was building the plane, he had built this mold and he 3D printed the top here and just builded a mold and to build the cowl. So the kind of idea was, you know, the things you've kind of seen where you've taken like a plastic bottle and you put over it and you heat it up and form it around. So the problem I've had a real trouble finding something that would fit, that was big enough that would fit over this. And I've tried several things. So I had gone and got some windshield washer fluid for my car. And at first I thought, hey, this is probably pretty close. And when I tried to put it on, it kind of fits over because I've heated it up, but it really wouldn't fit down on there. So what I was having to do is try to heat it so it was soft and push down, heat and soft. And so I got it down, you know, probably, well, I can actually feel it about that far down. And it just quit going. And if I tried to push on it, I was, you know, damaging the mold. And so this just wasn't quite, it needed to be just a tad bit bigger in diameter. So I was still looking for, you know, plastic jug that, you know, walk around the grocery store or something maybe. But as I had mentioned before, I've got well, both my friends, one that built a plane and another one has a 3D printer. And so I dug around on the internet for a while and I finally found a STL file for a 3D printer for a different brand of Sea Fury, but you know, it was going to be close enough. So I sent my friend this STL and he started playing with it and printing it and working some different lengths and stuff. So the first one he printed, this was just the first one. It was a little short. And then a little bit longer, and then I asked him actually to make one a tad bit longer. So you can kind of see here they kind of get a little bit bigger. The problem was when I mounted, I took what I would call the spare before I was messing with the one I wanted to fly, and was just putting it on, trying to see how the props and stuff would fit. Well, ended up being that the prop was hitting here because it didn't have enough curvature in, you know. It was sticking out too far. So my options was to get another motor mount printed and make it a little bit longer and stick the motor out. But I was a little concerned about getting too much weight out in front of the plane and not being able to balance the CG. And so you know, my friend said, hey, the way this material for 3D printing, if you just put just a little hole, you know, slit in, you know, here, it'll open up. So I went on here and I'd put it on the cover, on the mold. Sorry, I can't get it on now. But anyway, I put it on the mold and kind of found out where I thought it should be. And sure enough, it popped right off, but it looked too open. And when I was looking at it, it just didn't look quite right. So, and you know, Tom, my friend that was printing these, you know, he was telling me there's very little money in this material. So I said, well, let me just try and see if I can mold it. So I took the second one and, you know, I put it over the mold and I don't know why it won't fit. There we go. And what I did is I started heating it up with my heat gun. I kind of played with the temperature until I got it where it just was soft enough to start bending. And I just started, taking it and pushing it around in there. And as you can see, that actually came out pretty good. There's a few little places right in there that are a little wobbly, but I was really, really happy with the way that turned out. I thought it looked really good. And I could actually fly this one, and but I said, well, let me try the other one. And so I took the one that I wanted to fly and started doing the same thing. Was even taking my time even more. And man, this one just turned out like crap. And I could not get it to clean up and smooth it. I've tried 4 or 5 times, and I can see where it's starting to split in a few places. Now, I could say, hey, fly it like that. It looks like it's being used, right? It's been in war, it's banged up. So I could take that approach. But what my friends are doing is the one that built the mold, the one that printed these, sent the STL to the one that printed the mold. He's going to fix it up with this same contour on it and send it back. And because this is a little bit different material. This is really, really lightweight. So I'm not worried about putting a lot of weight on the front end of it. And so eventually I'll get a new one. I can fly with this one or this one, either or, just to get it made and see how it flies. And so that's how I'm going to get my cowl. And I'll put a couple little screws in it just to hold it to the plane, keep it intact. And but the one other thing I did, just playing around, because the colors of the plane, the blue is an indigo blue, and the gray is it just left me, but it's a different gray than this is. But on my Corsair is a blue. It was close, so I just kind of wanted to see what it would look like. What kind of painted and how I could paint it. So this is just kind of real quick. And from a distance, it actually looks pretty good. You get up close, you can definitely tell the difference in the tones. So, I may, try to find a couple little small bottles of the indigo blue. Oh, dove gray. It just hit me. The dove gray, and just so it better matches the plane. But anyway, so 3D printing is really, coming a long way. You do a little bit of internet searching, and people, my friend Tom that printed these, he's printing his 3rd or 4th now plane, and he's printed a C-17 and a 727 or 737 or something like that. And he's now printing up his 3rd plane, and I think an A-10 is coming sometime in the future. So it's amazing what you can do with the 3D printing now, and get parts, custom made. And if you got the software and stuff, you can tweak the things. So anyway, that's the cowl for the Sea Fury. And hopefully the next video or two will be on getting the prop sized up and ready to go. And we'll see how she does. I did power it up the other day and just run it across the kitchen floor just to see it move. So it's actually been powered, but it's getting close to flying weather here. The days are getting longer, so got some time after work to come out and try to get a few flying in. So hope everybody's been safe from the weather that we had in the last couple of days, and get some good weather to get some flying in. So y'all have a good one. Dave here from Fix and Fly RC.